Good morning, traders. So we're still using the Bill Williams theory and looking at the Dow Jones right now. So yesterday my profit target was hit, okay, and the area that I was worried about was this previous swing low here, this previous fractional on the daily. Okay, you can see we'd hit it once, second time, and there's also quite a bit of action at that level. So that's the thing. Now, just bear one thing in mind. For me right now, it's been volatile the last month. So you can see it's big up, big down, big up. And now we're busy with another up. My concern right now is this could just be a retest of the alligator for another move to the downside. Okay, a lot of geopolitical noise happening between China and the USA at the moment. And it's just very worrying that China has been very quiet through all of this. And it's almost like poking the bear, I suppose. We don't know what's going to happen. I'm pretty cautious about any of my trades right now. Let's just get down to the levels we can trade. Have a quick look what's happening. So you can see how we broke below the alligator and we trended to the downside. Okay, we've now had two attempts at getting through the alligator, and the second attempt is looking like it's holding. The only concern that I have is that our oscillators are grouped up in the sell zone. So the Williams percentage R is telling me that this market is looking a little tired. Okay, this could be a bit of a rally pullback and then another rally, which is what looking like it's transpiring. But basically what we're looking for, I'm just going to move this level up now. We're looking for a 4-hour close above 24,850. That will give you confirmation that we have a potential trend change. Okay, but for now, the alligator is sleeping. In other words, we're lying flat. So I'm pretty cautious about what's going on here. Okay, let's get down to the hour and we can start looking at a couple other things. So the first thing we need to concern ourselves with is sort of this. So it was the first touch, second touch, then we had third touch, but we had this little tail that pokes through the bottom of it, which always worries me. Okay, and this that you see here is pretty much a channel of sorts. Okay, and if I do another line here, it is a bit of a wedge. Okay, regardless of which way you look at this, this is a flag and it is a consolidation of sorts. You look at the 1 hour 200 moving average, you can see we had a previous high here. We had pretty much a daily resistance line here, and we had the 1 hour 200 EMA. So that was my area where I decided to take profit. Okay, which was pretty a good decision for once, and it fell off to come and test the bottom of this trend line. Now, the thing that's worrying me about this is when you get to a trend line like this and you come back and test it, normally what you expect is a bounce like this, or even like this. And we haven't got that yet. Granted, it's after hours at the moment, but this is my concern. So I'm kind of leaning towards the fact that we could see another test of this 200 moving average, and then that would be the third attempt, and then a fall off. Okay, so that's kind of my bias at the moment, although it can go either way. So in other words, for me, it's a case of be very cautious or keep money in pocket. Okay, so I'm just going to put these two levels in that we need to watch. So those are the two fractal levels. This is the first fractal, this is the second fractal. So it's a high of yesterday, and then not quite the low of yesterday, but it definitely came pretty close to the bottom here. If I take away the after hours data, this would be a red, sort of a red pin bar. And I think maybe I can actually show you that. Just give me 1 second. So this is just the investing.com real trading hours chart. In other words, not the futures market. And if you just look at the last couple of candles, you can see we've had two big down days. We ended up with a pin bar here, and then yesterday we ended up with essentially another pin bar. Okay, so looking at this is what is kind of concerning me. Get rid of that. Okay, so the futures market, you don't really see it. If I look at the daily, you see there, it's a green, it's a pin bar, but it's a green one, whereas it was actually a red pin bar during real market hours. Okay, so that there is really concerning. Okay, so putting this all together, what am I looking to do? I'm actually looking for a short. Okay, you can see the half hour is already starting to group in an area that would interest me for a short. My only concern right now is it is after hours and my stop is going to be a little bit too rich for my liking. So what I'd like to see is a bit more of a pullback. I've got this the wrong way around. Sorry, just give me 1 sec. Okay, we're at the 50% at the moment. I'd like to see us get back to the 61.8 or the 72.4. Those are the two Fibonacci areas that I'm looking for. And yeah, I mean, that's kind of my view at the moment. And there's a couple of things which have also happened. So this flag break here. Okay, there's my flag. Through the day yesterday was a break and a retest down. And now we're consolidating to the upside. Okay, so I'm looking for a short. I think that's pretty much what it is. And what I'll be doing is paying a lot of attention. You can see how these lines are. You can see how this line and this line will be parallel, and then this top line and this top line will also be parallel. Just a bit of useless information for you, but it's something that I see quite often. Okay, so yeah, I'm looking for shorts. Not really interested in getting in short here. So I'd need to see some action. So I'd like to see a bit of a higher pullback, and that's not the line we want. I want to see us pull back. Let's pick up my levels off, or even better, pick it up off the 4 hour. And there's no level to pick up off the 4 hour. Have a look at the hour. Yeah, so I think anything back as close to this 1 hour 200 moving average, and ideally I want to see the oscillator here group to the upside as well. Okay, so that's kind of my view of the world at the moment. The only thing that is going to change my view on shorts is if this double top is not a double top and we break back to the upside. Okay, so if we start getting an hour close above the high of yesterday, that will sort of change my tune. Okay, but for now, this is looking rather bearish to me. And there's just way too much geopolitical noise going on at the moment. And it is going to impact the markets. I can't see investors putting money into a market where everybody's moaning about shutting down the government, the US government, and building walls and trade wall and kidnapping, arresting people. So I think it's going to escalate, and the escalation is going to force another sell-off. So that's my view anyway, and we'll be waiting patiently for a entry to the downside. Okay, and last thing, if you look at this break coincided on the 12 minutes of breaking through the alligator, coming back, testing the break, and the sell-off. So this little buying frenzy at the moment may continue a bit in the morning, but there's going to come a point where there will be another sell-off, and that's what I'm waiting for. Okay, so my view is short sometime today. I'm not sure when we're going to get it. You're going to have to watch this very carefully. and just draw your Fibonacci's in, put your levels in. Okay, use the hour, and you can see first prize would be a retest of the 200 moving average. So for me, that would be an entry short, and I think actually it might be worthwhile just putting a trade in here with a stop loss. It's 110 point stop loss. Okay, stop loss above the high of yesterday. Okay, anyway guys, that's my view for today. Hope it helps, and I will catch you later. Cheers for now.